if you guys can, put your emails into the chat. If you're able to. If you're not, send me an email. It's just kjosephson@cwcboe.org. But I'm gonna send something out to the soccer club boosters. And yeah, thanks, Jode. If we can get everybody's email in there, then I can just send that to her. And then she can communicate directly with you guys. And if I see her jump on, Andrea, if you want to unmute, if you're on here and you want to unmute, we can jump on and start. Oh, there she is. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. What's up, Coach?
Guess I haven't used Zoom in a while. I had to like download the whole program.
Did?
Yeah.
Guess it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Andrea, I see that you're in here. Like I said, people will probably be filtering in. If you guys can put your emails in the chat, because I'm going to send this to Andrea. She's the president of our Soccer Booster Club, and that way she can communicate quickly and directly with you guys. So if you haven't, just drop that in there. Thank you. And I'll be letting people in and out. But I'm Coach Kelly. I am the girls varsity soccer coach. Joining us in one of those, she's actually the only one with her video on, which is good. Coach Lewis, who is our assistant. She's amazing. She has a 6-month-old at home. So she was pregnant with us for all last season. And I am pregnant with our baby girl who's due in August, hopefully early August. Our due date is August 13th. We start tryouts August 21st. And I have every intention to coach still. If I have the baby August 20th, I probably won't be at tryouts. Have the baby August 13th, I'm going to shoot for it. But we have an amazing staff who I trust implicitly, who are going to take great care of our program if and when I have to be away from it. But we do have Andrea on, and I know she has to be somewhere. So Andrea, if you want to unmute.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Veltri. My son, John, is going to be a senior this year. He's on the boys soccer team. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm the new president. I'll be taking over for Karen Brown, who did an amazing job and has been coaching me through taking over this really big responsibility. So I will be in touch. I'm going to try to have a meeting over the summer over Zoom, just to kind of stay in contact with parents about organizing Soccer Saturday, which if you want to put it on your calendar, it's September 30th. It's a Saturday. I believe the girls are playing Mount St. Dominic's and the boys are playing Verona. We'll also be emailing about different things we need parents to take over for, some things for Soccer Saturday, pictures, doing the snack stand. And then we're going to need somebody to help out with, collecting dues, doing senior nights for both the boys and the girls, and then eventually the end of year dinner.
Is that all you do, Andrea?
That's yes, in addition to 4 children, that's all I do.
Oh, God bless. No, she is a saint. It's a huge responsibility and a big job, and I know that we appreciate it as a program. The kids really feel it.
Yeah. So listen, if you guys need anything, if you want to throw my cell phone number, I'm actually in a hotel right now, and I have no idea how to use my phone on a Zoom. I only use it on a computer, which makes me sound like the worst teacher ever. But if you want to throw my phone number in the chat, it's my cell phone number. So if people want to reach out or volunteer, that would be amazing. But I'm always on my phone. If that's like the quicker way to get me rather than email.
I'll put it in the chat, Andrew. What is it?
It's 973-943-7966.
Okay.
And I think that's all I have, Coach.
That's plenty. It's plenty.
All right, good luck with your rest of your meeting, and you guys,
Thank you.
I'll be in touch, I promise.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Thanks.
All right, have a great night.
You too. Beautiful. Coach, you want to say anything before I jump into stuff?
No, I mean, you probably saw me change my name again because it was still Parisi. So, no, I'm good to go. You're ready. You could do it. Do your thing.
Well, yep. I appreciate you guys being here. I do not intend to take up a lot of your time. This is mostly, if you're a veteran, if you're a non-freshman parent, you have seen a lot of this before. If you're a freshman parent, welcome. We're excited to have you. The most important thing for your kid to play any high school sport, whether it's soccer, anything, is this medical clearance and this registration deadline. So you guys can all see, Steph, they can see my screen, right? Okay. July 15th. I'm going to harp on it. July 15th. The first thing they have to do, and you guys have to do, is register. All of the kids got a handout with this on it. I tried to make it really simple and put a QR code so they can scan it and it goes right to the page. It's also right here. I'll email this out to all of you guys too, right after we finish here. They have to register. That's pretty quick and painless. You could do that right now. The next thing that's a little less quick and a little more painful is the physical exam. That needs to be done annually. That needs to get to our athletic trainer and nurse as absolutely no later than July the 15th. We've been pretty good about this. We've hit some snags in the last few years. If you know your daughter has asthma or is coming off an injury or has been to a cardiologist and there might be a wrinkle or a little hurdle to climb to get that medical clearance, the sooner you do it, the more time you have to clear those hurdles. The reason that's so important, and this next thing is so important, is they need to have 6 practices in where they're eligible in order to scrimmage. We have a scrimmage on the 7th day of practice. So if they miss one because they're out because they haven't gotten cleared, they can't participate in that scrimmage, and that affects us being able to see them and deciding what team that they would belong on. So it's really important, get that in as soon as you can. If you have any questions, Scott is awesome at responding to those and responding to them quickly and accurately. And then the last thing is the concussion test. This has to be taken every 2 years. So usually incoming freshmen and returning juniors have to take it. There are some exceptions. If a kid took it maybe their sophomore year, they transferred in. So that's a little more labor intensive. I think it takes the kids maybe 20 minutes or so, 20 or 30 minutes. They sit down at a computer. It's kind of brain and puzzle games. Heaven forbid they get a concussion. This helps determine when they can come back from it. Every player has to be cleared before they participate in tryouts, before they lace up their cleats and put a shin guard in. If they're not on the clearance list, they have to just sit. And it's tough to watch a kid just sit there and they're dying to play and, you know, somebody didn't cross a T or dot an I. We start August 21st. We'll go from 8 to 10:30, probably at the Kiwanis Oval. There's football to manage, there's boys soccer to manage, there's field hockey to manage, there's girls soccer to manage. There's 4 teams who all want turf fields. We're pretty good about playing nicely with each other. We try to take that first week at the Oval so we can go early because we know it gets hot. We know kids have jobs still. And we want to get in and out before the heat hits too. So we'll plan to go 8 to 10:30, probably at the Kiwanis Oval. That could change. Have your kids check on their reminds, which I'll get to in a second, if that's going to change. High school sports practice 5-6 days a week. We'll go through mid-November. That's every high school sport though. So if you're brand new to this, that's a big difference between middle school sports and high school sports as you go from a couple days a week to every day for usually 2.5 hours. I always reserve the right to practice early. Sometimes we like to go before school. We always throw one of them at the kids just to really see if we can do it. And they've been great about it. So I always reserve that right. There's a schedule attached to this. I'll send this out. I just got the JV schedule. I can send that out too. It very, very closely mirrors the varsity schedule as far as traveling and game times. But that's attached to this. Have your daughters, you guys feel free to do this too. That little QR code sends us to the Remind. Remind is an app that our school district uses to communicate between classrooms and teachers and students. I've used it for coaching the last couple of years. It's worked great. It's very simple. Scan that code. It'll bring you into our group. Any communication I do with the kids is always through Remind. Another easy thing is just go follow us on Instagram. I post stuff like this, stuff about this meeting. I won't post daily about workouts and stuff on there. But if you have any questions, you can always reach me through that as well. Preparing, soccer is a running sport. We do fitness tests at the start of the season, not because I care how they do on the fitness test, but so they prepare all summer for playing soccer 6 days a week at 2 hours of a pretty high level. I'm a physical therapist by trade. It always kills me about the 3rd or 4th day, and I get, Coach Kelly, how do I stretch my knee and how do I stretch my ankle? And we start to see those injuries creep up. It's always my goal to reduce the risk of those injuries. So I'm going to send them out through Remind, kind of a remote option, right? I know we have some kids who are away during the summer, so they'll have the option to work out remotely. And we're going to do some weight room hours too, which I'll get to right now. So we're going to go 3:30 to 5 Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the high school. We have a phenomenal weight room coach. The difficulty with that is he's only there from about 10 to noon, and every athlete's available or allowed to go. And maybe I would have gone in high school, but I would have had teammates in high school who wouldn't have gone to a weight room full of upperclassmen, underclassmen, boys, girls, everything in between. And I would have felt totally out of place. So I'm going to volunteer my time in the afternoons to go supervise a half an hour in the weight room, then a half an hour worth of, we call it like ACL injury prevention. So there are specific jumps and things we do strengthening wise to reduce a kid's risk for tearing an ACL. And then we're also going to tack on a half an hour of like leadership training, which I'll get to in a second. But all of this is in preparation for just getting them ready to play soccer 6 days a week, starting in August. The seniors are getting everybody's information now. They'll be able to do captains practices. They'll do a lot more things like with a ball and scrimmaging and that kind of stuff on the days that we don't have the weight room. And like I said, I'm going to send that workout plan probably over the weekend through Remind. The leadership curriculum that we use is something called Lead 'em Up. You can look them up on Instagram. It's a really good program that kind of took the guesswork away from me. These are the areas, I won't read them to you, that we're going to focus on. We'll go twice a week, probably for 4 or 6 weeks, whatever it takes. We did something similar to it last year over at Rock and Joe's. The kids loved it. It was just a good opportunity for them to meet the underclassmen, to meet the upperclassmen, totally out of the context of soccer, and talk about, you know, what leadership is and what good followers look like and why it's important for building a team. This has always been bigger than soccer, and as long as we're involved in it, it will always, always, always be bigger than soccer. And this is part of how we express that to the kids. The kids got these expectations. They're pretty simple. No one's giving me a hard time about it. We want them to be examples. We've asked for them to be on time, and we asked for them to be respectful. The expectation for our parents is very similar, to be examples to them, to encourage them and support them like you always do. Your expectations for us are expect us to be examples. We will be prepared. We are scouting and out in 90 degrees under umbrellas, filming opponents, and we have a good time with it. But the whole point is to stay competitive and fun. We'll be professional, and we're grateful. Coach has been coaching, I don't even know how many years. You want to pipe up?
For coaching in general?
Yeah, coaching in general.
Since 2013, I think. I don't
Yeah,
even know what year it is.
10 years.
Yeah.
This is my 7th year as a high school coach. Our 4th at the helm of the soccer program. And it's just the best experience because we potentially can have a positive influence on your kid and the kids in the program. And we learned that from Coach Mike, who I think is at the softball dinner, but he and his late brother Mark started the soccer program in 1985. And it has always, like I said, been bigger than soccer. And I was really grateful to have coaches like them when I played for them. And I try to do that now for our kids, and we try to do that now for our kids. So all that being said, I try to keep it simple. We just have policies. You are absolutely welcome to contact us at any time regarding matters of safety, family issues, emergencies, that kind of stuff. Use our school emails, those are on there, and really easy to access. We'll respond to them within 24 hours. We do have a 24-hour rule policy. So if you or your child is upset about something, we just ask that it's just good practice, right? Wait a day, sit on it, think about how you want to talk about it, then contact us about it. And this is my favorite line. You'll hear me say this on the sidelines. Players play, coaches coach, officials officiate, and parents support. And if we all stay within our parameters, we can help the program succeed. So I will, like I said, email this out to you. The schedule is attached to it. And then I will stop talking and open it up for any and all questions that you guys might have. And if there are none, I'm going to pat myself on the back for keeping you here for 18 minutes. And we'll all go. None? Winter captains practices, good question. They would be probably Tuesdays and Thursdays, probably in the evening time. I'd have to ask our seniors when they would plan to do it, but I know a lot of kids work, so I would guess probably dinner time, 6, 7 o'clock, usually at the high school, on probably Tuesdays and Thursdays. I did tell the seniors if they wanted to do a Wednesday that I would change the weight room hours and they could do that. Uniforms are provided. Yes. We're working on getting new ones this year. Good question. And socks are also provided. So really the only thing you guys are responsible for are cleats and shin guards. Did I miss anything, Coach?
I don't think so. Pretty clear. Trying to think of anything that people usually ask, but I think you covered it all.
We're getting the hang of this thing. All right. Wonderful, folks. I'll stay on a couple extra minutes if you wanted to ask me something, not in front of everybody, but you are all free to go. Thank you very much for jumping on, and we'll see you in August.